When it comes to home defense without a firearm, one of the most effective and overlooked strategies is reinforcing your home's entry points. The majority of home invasions begin at doors and windows, and if these access points are weak, intruders can get inside in seconds. By strengthening these areas, you buy yourself critical time to call for help, grab a self-defense tool, or retreat to a safe zone. The good news is most of this can be done with simple tools and a little preparation. Let's start with doors. The front door is the most common entry point for burglars. Most residential doors come with cheap strike plates and short screws. And that's a problem. One solid kick and they're in. You can drastically increase your security by replacing the strike plate with a heavy-duty version and using 3-inch screws that anchor deep into the wall studs. This small upgrade can withstand far more force. Consider installing a door reinforcement kit or a door security bar, especially on doors that lead to the outside. If you have a hollow core door, usually found in bedrooms or closets, replace it with a solid core one that's much harder to break. Deadbolts are a must. Don't rely on a knob lock alone. Use a quality deadbolt with a 1-inch throw bolt and a reinforced metal frame. You can also install a peephole or a wide-angle door viewer so you can see who's outside without opening the door. A doorbell camera adds another layer of safety, especially if it records motion and alerts you in real time. Now let's talk about windows. These are typically easier to breach than doors, especially sliding windows or glass panes near the ground. Install window locks even on upper floors. You can also use window security film, which makes glass harder to shatter. Won't make your windows bulletproof, but it will slow someone down and make a lot of noise in the process. Adding inexpensive window alarms can alert you and scare off an intruder the moment they attempt to enter. Sliding doors are another weak point. They can be lifted off their tracks or pried open. Add a security bar or dowel rod in the track to prevent this. Also, consider a pin lock to keep the door from being opened, even if the latch is bypassed. In a blackout, civil unrest, or disaster, your home becomes your fortress. Strengthening your entry points gives you control, reduces panic, and increases safety for everyone inside. It's your first line of defense. Silent, strong, and always on duty. The second key point for legal gun-free home defense is mastering the use of improvised weapons. In a high-stress situation, you might not have access to traditional tools like pepper spray or baton. That's why it's crucial to understand that many everyday items in your home can serve as highly effective defensive tools if you know how to use them. Let's start with what you already have in your kitchen. A cast iron skillet, for example, isn't just for cooking. It's heavy, durable, and has a long handle that gives you reach. If an intruder gets close, a strike to the arm, leg, or head with a skillet can be extremely disabling. Rolling pins, meat tenderizers, and even sturdy serving spoons can be used in similar ways. The goal isn't to fight like in the movies. It's to create enough impact or surprise to stop the threat and escape or call for help. Then moving to the living room or office, think about the tools around you. A heavy-duty flashlight is one of the best non-lethal defense tools you can own. Not only can it temporarily blind an intruder in the dark, but its weight and solid construction make it effective for striking. Aim for soft targets like hands, knees, or the groin if you're forced to use it physically. Desk lamps, curtain rods, and even a chair can become shields or striking tools. One of the most underestimated weapons is a pen. A sturdy metal tactical pen is not only legal in all 50 states, it's also sharp enough to break glass and jab with force. Keep one on your nightstand or by the front door. If you're trained, a jab to the neck, face, or hand can disable someone long enough for you to escape or alert authorities. Bathroom items like aerosol cans and lighters can also become last resort tools. Spraying an intruder's face with hairspray or disinfectant can temporarily blind them, especially when used in combination with a lighter as an improvised flamethrower, though this should be a last resort and handled with extreme caution. The key to using improvised weapons effectively isn't brute strength. It's mindset and practice. Walk through your home and identify 5 to 10 items you could grab in an emergency. Know where they are, how you'd use them, and rehearse mentally how you'd react in different scenarios. Even a pillow can block a knife. A broomstick can buy you distance. In the absence of firearms, preparation and creativity are your best allies. Improvised weapons are legal, fast to access, and most importantly, give you a fighting chance when seconds count. Don't underestimate what's already in your hands. Another essential legal self-defense tactic for protecting your home without firearms is fortifying entry points. Think of your home as a castle. Your doors, windows, and locks are the walls and gates that keep danger out. In a real-world emergency, especially during periods of social unrest, blackouts, or slow police response, a solid physical barrier can be the single thing that gives you time to survive or escape. Most home break-ins aren't sophisticated operations, they're quick smash-and-grab attempts. Intruders target the weakest points: unlocked doors, flimsy deadbolts, or cheap sliding windows. That's why upgrading these points isn't just smart. It's legally sound and totally non-lethal. Let's start with your front and back doors. Replace lightweight, hollow-core doors with solid wood or steel. Then focus on the door frame. No matter how strong the door is, a weak frame can be kicked in with a single blow. Reinforce the frame with a metal door jamb, reinforcement kit, and 3-inch screws that go deep into the wall stud. Not just the trim. Just the trim. This small upgrade costs little but adds massive strength to your entry. Next, your locks. A standard lock offers almost no protection. Invest in a high-grade deadbolt, preferably one rated ANSI Grade 1, the highest residential standard. Install a door brace or a door bar that wedges between the floor and the doorknob. Even if someone busts the lock, this brace will stop the door from swinging inward. Add a peephole or a smart doorbell camera to identify visitors without opening the door. Windows are often the most overlooked vulnerability. First, use security film, a clear layer that holds glass together even if it shatters. This buys you time. If you live in a high-risk area or during a crisis, consider adding window bars or polycarbonate panels that look like glass but are nearly impossible to break. Even landscaping can help. Thorny bushes under windows can discourage entry without making your home look like a prison. For sliding glass doors, use a metal rod or a dowel in the track to prevent forced entry. You can also install anti-lift devices to keep the door from being removed from the outside. These measures are all 100% legal and non-lethal. They don't threaten anyone. But they create physical delays. And in self-defense, delay equals safety. The longer it takes for someone to get inside, the more time you have to call 911, gather your family, arm yourself with legal tools, or escape out the back. It's not about paranoia. It's about preparation. In uncertain times, your home should be a safe zone. Fortifying your entry points is silent, simple, and effective self-defense that anyone can implement without ever picking up a weapon. Another powerful yet overlooked legal self-defense trick is the strategic use of non-lethal weapons. These tools can provide vital protection in close encounters without the risk, responsibility, or legal complications that come with firearms. And the best part, most of them are legal to own and carry in many parts of the United States and the UK, as long as you use them responsibly. Let's start with pepper spray. This humble canister might look small, but it can stop an attacker in their tracks. With a spray range of 6 to 12 feet, it creates a defensive bubble around you. When deployed correctly, it causes temporary blindness, intense burning sensations, and coughing, giving you time to escape or call for help. It's easy to use, legal in most states and provinces, though with varying restrictions, and extremely effective when aimed at the face. Keep one by your bed, one by your door, and another on your keychain if local laws allow. Next, we have stun guns and tasers. A stun gun delivers an electric shock on contact, while a taser can fire probes that reach an attacker from several feet away. These devices override muscle control, causing pain and disorientation without permanent injury. Many modern stun guns even include alarms and flashing lights to deter threats before you ever make contact. They're legal in a majority of U.S. states, though you should always check your local laws before buying one. Expandable batons are another excellent non-lethal tool, legal in some areas and restricted in others. They're compact, concealable, and when extended, offer a long reach to keep attackers at a distance. You don't need to be a martial arts expert to use one effectively. A quick swing aimed at a leg, arm, or shoulder can disable an assailant and give you time to retreat or summon help. Again, legal status varies, so research is essential. Don't forget about tactical flashlights. These are much more than a light source. They're bright enough to temporarily blind someone in the dark and can double as an impact weapon. A good tactical flashlight is made of durable metal, has a serrated or toothed edge, and fits right in your hand. In a home invasion, blinding the intruder for just 2 seconds gives you the upper hand. All of these tools require training, even if only minimal. Practicing how to deploy them under pressure makes the difference between fumbling and surviving. Keep them accessible, inside a nightstand, by your front door, or in a go bag. Also, teach your family how and when to use them safely and legally. The real strength of non-lethal weapons lies in their accessibility. They don't require a permit in most areas, don't attract the legal risks of firearms, and can be carried and used discreetly. They're about giving you a fighting chance, buying time, and asserting control in moments of chaos. When violence isn't your first choice, but survival is, these tools bridge the gap with power, legality, and peace of mind. One of the most overlooked yet critical self-defense tricks that doesn't require a firearm is mastering your home's natural layout to your advantage. Think of your home not just as a place to live, but as a fortress with built-in barriers, blind spots, and choke points that you can use to control and contain a threat. Understanding the geography of your home and preparing it in advance is a massive force multiplier, especially when you're facing an intruder and don't have access to a gun. Start with entry points. Most home invasions don't start with broken glass or a battering ram. They start with an unlocked door or weak lock. Reinforcing doors with strike plates, longer screws in the hinges, and deadbolts is a must. But beyond that, position your furniture and decor in a way that naturally blocks or slows movement from these doors deeper into the house. That bookshelf near your hallway, it can serve as a speed bump. Rethink placement. Anything big, heavy, or sharp can become a barrier, or even a weapon in the worst-case scenario. Next, learn to funnel and isolate. Hallways, narrow doorways, and staircases are natural choke points. If someone breaches your home, retreat to a part of the house where they have to come through a narrow path to get to you. In a situation without firearms, this gives you the element of control, especially if you're armed with a baton, spray, or even a chair. If you can channel an intruder into a confined space, their numbers, size, or strength are less useful. A lone hallway can become your battleground, not theirs. Lighting is another huge element. Install motion-activated lights both outside and inside. Darkness might feel like it gives you cover, but the truth is, light gives you the ability to see and act with certainty. Blinding an intruder with a flashlight, overhead light, or even a strobe attachment on a tactical flashlight can disorient them long enough for you to escape or strike. Mirrors and reflective surfaces can also offer a subtle advantage. If you angle a mirror in a hallway or corner, you can see movement without directly peeking around the corner, keeping yourself safe while still gathering intel. Simple tricks like this can buy you crucial seconds when everything's on the line. Lastly, know your safe spots. Every home should have a designated fallback area, ideally with a heavy door, reinforced lock, a phone or emergency communication device, and some basic tools. This isn't paranoia, it's smart. A secured bathroom, basement corner, or walk-in closet can be the difference between facing danger and surviving it. Your home is more than walls, it's your stronghold. With smart planning and a mindset to adapt your environment, you can build defense into every square foot, giving yourself the edge, even without ever picking up a firearm. Legal self-defense training, including non-lethal self-defense tools and techniques, is one of the smartest investments you can make if you're committed to protecting your home without firearms. The goal isn't to win a fight, it's to end a threat safely, quickly, and within the bounds of the law. That means learning how to defend yourself effectively using force that is appropriate, measured, and, most importantly, legally justified. Start with your mindset. Many people think owning a weapon, whether a knife, baton, or stun gun, is enough. But tools are useless without the skill to deploy them properly. Self-defense training builds not just physical readiness, but mental discipline. In high-stress scenarios, your brain defaults to what it knows. If you've never practiced, never trained, or never thought through scenarios in advance, your instincts could betray you or freeze you. Legal self-defense training prepares your reflexes, awareness, and judgment. Martial arts like Krav Maga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or even basic self-defense classes offer techniques designed specifically to neutralize threats without causing irreversible harm. These disciplines emphasize escapes, holds, blocks, and the intelligent use of body leverage over brute strength. This is crucial, especially for older adults, women, or those who may be physically overmatched. Knowing how to break a grip, fall safely, or disarm an attacker without escalating force could save your life and keep you out of legal trouble. Pepper spray, stun guns, tactical pens, and even heavy-duty flashlights are widely legal across most U.S. states and don't require special permits. But carrying these tools isn't enough. You need to know how to use them under pressure. Whoa. A self-defense class that incorporates these tools will teach you timing, distance control, and where to aim, critical knowledge when seconds count. For example, misusing pepper spray can backfire on you if the wind's blowing the wrong way. Proper technique and situational awareness make all the difference. There's also a psychological benefit. Knowing you're trained, even modestly, reduces panic and hesitation. Confidence changes your posture, your tone, your decisiveness. That alone can deter a would-be attacker. Predators look for easy targets. Someone who carries themselves with self-control and readiness doesn't appear weak or afraid. They look like a fight waiting to happen. That's deterrence at its most powerful. Most importantly, proper training ensures you stay within the law. Many people make the mistake of using excessive force or carrying illegal tools, thinking they're defending themselves. Courts don't just care if you felt threatened, they care whether your response was reasonable. Certified self-defense instructors often teach not only the moves, but the legal limits of what you can do. That knowledge can mean the difference between walking free or facing charges. In short, legal self-defense training empowers you. It gives you the tools, the mindset, and the legal footing to protect your home and your loved ones without ever relying on a gun. It's preparation with purpose, and in today's uncertain world, it's not optional. It's essential.